Welcome to the Any Voices podcast. I'm your host, the real voice, Mel Allen, and wanted to actually share with you some pretty cool news that we are actually going to be interviewed tomorrow. That's right. Corey Disson, the undisputed heavyweight champion of content on Ringside on LinkedIn Live, December 1st at 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll post notes in the show notes, and we'll update the show notes with a link to the video for those who are not listening to this in real time, although I'm sure everybody is listening to this in real time and will be joining us on LinkedIn Live tomorrow. So today's episode, let's uncover and learn about a specific word or phrase you should avoid. It undervalues what you do before you might even realize it, but definitely, I promise you that others are definitely noticing it. So by the end of today's episode, I hope to share with you a better way to communicate. You can be honest about being new and inexperienced without undercutting yourself. Make sure to check today's show notes for any relevant links on what I've discussed with you. So, what I want to talk to you about today is a dirty word for any creator. It's aspiring. Why is that a dirty word? We all aspire to be better. We all aspire to do better, learn more, and probably earn more, right? Well, what it says is that I'm a newbie, I'm a noob, I'm completely unpracticed and untrained, untested, and maybe unreliable. So why would you do that? Well, think of it this way. Let's think of another way that you can do something. When Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Frito-Lay, etc. come out with a different product, do they call it an aspiring new soft drink, an aspiring new snack? No, they tell you all about how it's going to make you feel, why it's going to be your favorite, and that you should try some of it before you miss it. They use FOMO, or fear of missing out, to get you to want their new product. I almost said untested, but obviously they are testing it, but more on that in a minute. They don't say something has not been sold on the market before. They literally, Frito-Lay did, had Anna Kendrick saying my favorite things when Frito-Lay announced their new snack-themed holiday sweaters and accessories. And that's totally not saying, hey, this is untested, this is new, and what they did is, of course, figured out a way that people communicated with it or connected with that. And you can test things too. Social media is great for it. You want to test drive a new brand, a new logo, a new look? Well, put your branding side by side, A or B, on Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, or wherever you want, and just ask people, which do you like better, A or B? Put them side by side, see what people respond with. Prepare to be surprised. And until you get better at doing this, you might not get the responses you're looking for or expecting. And obviously, I want you to avoid doing the pushy, salesy thing. On social media, people can and definitely will push back, especially if you're pushing for a sale. So just put it out there, ask people to vote, and leave it there. Just say, I'm playing on some ideas. Hey, what do you think? Don't apologize. Don't try to explain it or defend your decisions. Again, anybody comes back with that, just be like, I'm just playing around. Just wanted to know what people think. So how do you create some of that content? Well, more coming up on that in just a moment. So you might be wondering, how is it that I'm able to record a podcast and give you this information about the voice, overacting talent community? Well, I went to Anchor and I started making my podcast there. It's free, and the great thing is that they have creation tools, allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone, your computer, and they can even distribute the podcast for you, so that way people can hear it on places like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and of course, all of the others. And you can even make money from your podcast. There's no minimum listenership. So what do you got to do to make your podcast? In one place, download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. That's anchor.fm to get started. So, you want to make your brand look better. So what do we want to focus on? Well, how about words like perspire or inspire instead of aspire? That's right, using sweat equity or using, hope and hopefulness for your point. Maybe find some favorite quotes that, definitely inspire people. Maybe use your favorite characters that inspired you and images that'll get your point across. You can use software like Canva and Adobe Spark, and you can use those on mobile or on a computer as well. There are some great ways there to share with the world and make it friendly for whatever you're doing. You need a YouTube or Twitter banner. You can size it automatically with Adobe Spark. You can search up the dimensions on your favorite search engine and resize in Canva really easily as well. They also both give you free templates, and you can remix those with different images, different fonts, different icons, and I often grab an image based solely on the layout, and I will literally completely change everything about it. When you're making your images, keep a couple of things in mind. Now, this is, you starting to create a brand. So you should have some sort of a logo, even if it's just your name, some colors that represent you or you think that represent you, and a basic theme, a basic feeling to your images that you're pushing out to the world, how you intend to make your potential clients feel and see you as a professional. Even if you're just a hobbyist, or maybe you're just starting out and you're awaiting your first role, it's okay to kind of package yourself and share that package with other people who might want to look inside and see what you have to offer. Don't worry about having everything right immediately. You'll kind of design and you'll get a feel for things as you go. And when you're ready, when you're earning enough that you can pay somebody to help you do better, you can then hire a coach, hire a branding expert, or a group who does all of the above to get you on track as a brand. And I feel like this is a good time to just speak this again, that we are going to be going and interviewing with Corey Disson. Any Voices will be on LinkedIn Live. That's right, the undisputed heavyweight champion of content on ringside, as Corey Disson calls it, on LinkedIn Live, December 1st, 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you're listening to this in real time, you'll find a link to Corey's post on LinkedIn. And otherwise, I'll put a link to the video for those who are not listening to this in real time and might come by after 3 p.m. Eastern. And that's going to be it for today. Remember, don't aspire, perspire, inspire, but don't tell people that you're new, that you're untested and potentially unreliable before they've even thought about paying you. Just think of yourself as being fresh. Think of yourself as being new. Think of yourself as being different. But don't use that word if you can avoid it. As a former casting director, I can tell you from my own experience, when I was looking for voices, if I saw somebody who was saying that they were aspiring, I kind of prejudged that a little bit before I listened. And that's something that everybody does. We all get a sense of people from their branding, from their email. If you have your own domain, it looks more professional than somebody sending from a Yahoo email account. I know this. So definitely just try to think of how you can package yourself and make yourself look professional. And that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you're listening to us on places like Apple Podcasts, be sure to leave us a 5-star review. It will help others find us. Not ready to give us 5 stars? Well, contact me and help me understand why and how you can, how we can earn your review. You can find anything on our website, anyvoices.com. We put the latest show up there. We have links to other ways. And so you can get in touch with us through there. Thanks for listening to Any Voices. And until next time, let's do one more take.